Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
All right, it's time of the show where we like to do our pick cities. I picked Nashville today. You picked Boston.
I did. No surprise. It's the Boston Marathon, unusually held in October, by the way, compared.
Right.
This is the first time ever.
It's weird. It doesn't feel like Marathon Monday.
It doesn't. And of all places, Boston is the only one to host a trail runner. So a good trail calls my name. I like to run. So like running on those kind of trails.
I feel the same concern. Today we're also watching the cleanup efforts here because it has been a tough night across Oklahoma into Texas. We had a lot of storms. Now that the sun is up, people across Oklahoma are getting a chance.
Is live in Coweta. And Mike, you're showing us around the area that was hard hit there in Coweta, where we're seeing, air conditioning units that were ripped off. I'm going to keep it short because you're having a hard time hearing me. What are we looking at this morning? Porch.
If you have that's your sunny side of the house. It will not last this time of year.
So mine's on the sunny side of the house.
And
it's on the south side, and it's good. I think the key is how humid it gets, how wet it gets. When it rains, and it did get rotted out. But it lasts longer than you anticipated. But again, it may be the type of pumpkin, too.
It could be. And if it does rot, put it in the backyard. I want to see what happens.
Okay.
We'll use you as the test case.
Okay.
America's Morning Headquarters rolls on here until noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Bruin in for Alex Wallace. A busy start to the week, Jen. We got a lot to cover, and it
Mike,
is about
I'll take it because we do have the risk of thunderstorms today. Now, the risk is not as big as it was yesterday, but we still could see severe weather. And unfortunately, it's coming into some bigger population areas, too, like Chicago is in just the heart of where we could see storms. All modes of severe weather possible, damaging winds, hail. There's an isolated tornado risk. It's a 3 on the Torcon for today. To time it out for you, thunderstorms get into Chicago about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then in Indianapolis, we get our storms here as we get later into the evening. We'll be right back. Big storm here across the west. And we have the snow coming down. You can see across parts of Montana, Bozeman. We've been watching it pile up for you there. The snow extends down back through Idaho into Nevada. And yes, in Reno, you've seen some snow. The Weather Service posted some video of it from overnight. And 1 lightning strike, maybe 2, have happened. So thunder snow, the first of the season. We also have those winds that are in the forecast with high wind warnings up, including around the Las Vegas area. Winds may gust in excess of 60 miles per hour. This will be damaging. You could be seeing some power outages. Be prepared for that. It will be a travel hazard as well. Visibility could come down with blowing dust. Then, of course, the snow issues. Winter storm warnings are up across parts of Montana and Wyoming. Timing this out for you here, you can see it's still snowing across southern Montana as we get into the overnight. Tomorrow morning, we'll see parts of Wyoming really getting into it, and things seem to be a bit stuck, but eventually South Dakota, North Dakota, maybe the western parts of the state finish with just a little bit of snow. This is good news for the drought here. Let's get some moisture in this area and get a good, head start on the rainy season. Chris.
Will be skiers, and tomorrow or the next day, once there's enough snow, they will be down there.
Yeah, I mean, the first snow of the season, first good snow of the season too. So it's not just a couple of flakes; it's adding up. If you got a driveway, you're probably shoveling it.
Yeah, and look at the snow. We're getting reports of power outages now in the city of Bozeman. I'm seeing that several thousand customers without power there, and all because it's a heavy, wet snow. There's still plenty of leaves on the trees, especially in the lower elevations.
That's the thing about these early season, and then of course the late season snows is they're usually more water content in them, and it's good. We need the water for the drought out here, but there's other issues too. It's not just the snow. We've got a lot of wind expected with this whole big trough dipping in, and we are going to be watching for winds gusting maybe 50 or 60 miles per hour.
In Las Vegas this afternoon, probably later in the afternoon, early evening, we're going to have massive dust, high winds. I mean, on the order of 50 to 60, even up to 70 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's going to cause some issues there, power outages perhaps, and any loose items, bring those in.
And the winter storm warnings are up too. We have that into Wyoming, into Montana, so today is going to be a tough travel day there.
Yeah, watching the snow. Well, COP26.
It's still warm, still above average. So today's temps mid-70s, sunshine, beautiful day actually in Oklahoma City. And tonight we'll drop into the mid-50s, but then here comes the thunderstorms already again by tomorrow. So not much of a break in between systems. The next system will come in a little farther north, and we're going to see all the energy coming in a little farther north. So that will bring that threat up to Kansas, Dodge City. Oklahoma City, though, you're still in it. Risk for all modes of severe weather, damaging winds and hail, and there is an isolated tornado risk. Right now it's a 3 on the Torcon. We'll have to watch to see if that does increase in terms of the risk we'll watch that into tomorrow. We'll get more data on that. But you look at all the ingredients, it does look similar, right? We've got our low pressure, we've got our warm front, we've got our cold front. We're in that warm sector. The dry line will be one of the lifting mechanisms. Instability building thanks to the warm temperatures. Dew points coming back up here with that southerly flow. And so that kind of air is pretty buoyant, lifts easily, and we will have the fronts as one of the lifting mechanisms. We're going to be watching for that change in wind direction with height to also be one of the triggers for severe storms, for rotating storms. And those winds actually coming together a little farther north. And that's why in Kansas you have a bigger risk this time of seeing the severe weather. And we'll be timing this out for you through the morning here.
Oh, yeah, that will really instigate it. But will you really push yourself if you know it's not real?
I know, that's true. All right, weekly planner time. We've got this front today and all of the rain and storms with it. They could be severe. Watching Chicago, watching Indianapolis as we get into this evening.
And still staying windy here across the west. San Francisco, Denver. That's all thanks to our big system here bringing hefty snowfall to the northern Rockies.
And another chance for severe weather. So we see that overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, watching the plains for that. The whole system pulls up north. It doesn't make a lot of progress east until the weekend. So look, you guys can enjoy your week there along the eastern seaboard. Thursday's forecast, though, is a really wet one in the southern plains. Yeah,
and then that will start to get expanded into the Midwest, even parts of northern New England, and then a quick shot as finally cooler air returns to the Midwest and eastern seaboard by the weekend.
All right, but Sunday's looking good, almost from coast to coast.